What's going on again, you guys? Coaster here, talking about the Raiders, state of the Oakland Raiders, my annual address, just like the President of the United States does every January, the State of the Union. What's the state of the Oakland Raiders? Now that the season's been over and I've had some time to think about it, I mean, this team was screwed the moment they got rid of Bill Musgrave. And I'm going to say what I said before. My theory is that Mark Davis was so mad that Musgrave chose to not run the ball and he chose to throw it, and then Carr got hurt. I believe in that Colts game, that's what happened. There's a reaction where he was so mad. He looked really mad at Mark Davis. So I believe Mark pretty much forced his hand in that and said, yeah, we got to get another coordinator and get a guy who's going to run the ball more. So they promoted from within. Todd Downing, it's almost like he's a puppet, and he was just there to say, yeah, you got to run the ball. Protect Carr. And after that, the Raiders were in position to fail from the start. Yeah, things looked good for 2 games, and that was all a tease. One thing, I stand by what I said in Week 3, once they went into D.C. or Maryland and they got their ass kicked by the Redskins. The president's words that week pretty much made the Raiders out of sync. They were absolutely distracted. They didn't care. I mean, you could talk about everyone around the league protesting that week, but some were united. Some, you could argue, by skipping the anthem altogether, you were united. If the whole team was kneeling, you could argue they're united. Raiders, divided. I mean, Derek Carr was seen standing, praying, and I think Del Rio was seen standing. You didn't see the entire team was not one way or the other on this, and I don't think they addressed the issue. I mean, it happened on a Friday? They were already in D.C. when it happened, and I said, I think those words distracted the team on that night, because they played like they didn't care. Okay, you look in hindsight, and the Redskins were a mediocre team. They didn't go into the playoffs. They weren't a good team. They were just as bad as the Raiders, and that game should have been a lot more competitive. I didn't expect a win, but to get throttled and destroyed, that was embarrassing. And everything went downhill from there. I mean, the defense was bad until, I got to give credit though, once they fired Ken Norton Jr., Pagano did a good job, and I thought he did well with the scraps he was given. Obviously, Khalil Mack, still an MVP on the team defensively. He's shown why he's a valuable player. You hope he goes beyond the 5th-year option. We all know how that works, and you hope they come to a long-term deal. I hope next year's not his last year with the team. Yeah, defensively, there still needs to be a few things to work out. Supposedly Conley's going to be the guy of the future. We don't know. He got injured, freak accident. Not much you could control over that one. But yeah, the secondary everything got better once Norton was gone on defense. But offensively, everything just went down and hit rock bottom. Marshawn Lynch signing looked all sentimental. It sounded good on paper, and this is why I don't go nuts over guys when they come back from retirement. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get. I mean, he made some nice plays here and there. He did some things. I hate to say, he also looked really stupid standing for the Mexican anthem and sitting for the stateside one. I mean, you want to talk about oppression? No, look no further than Mexico. Okay, if you're going to worry about oppression, I mean, there's stuff in Mexico I wish I never knew about, but there was a lot more oppression there than in this country. Anyways, the Raiders were out of sync offensively. Downing was running the ball more. I mean, we could all predict from our TVs or in the stands that Downing wanted to run the ball so much. And they didn't look good at all once Week 3 happened, minus the first half against the New York Giants, which that team was dysfunctional to begin with. The New York Giants are a team going through their own issues. So they're really, offense was terrible. Offense, absolutely garbage. For all this hype on an offensive line that was viewed as one of the best at pass protection, all that, they were all predictable. They were in a position to fail. Now, some guys are going to be cap casualties. Some guys are going to be let go because of cap reasons. We don't know what's going to happen there. The offensive line, I would want to retool the offensive line and draft that position or address it in free agency. I think in the long run, you can't have some of these guys like Donald Penn got to go, in my book. Things get stale. Things will get stale with some of them. O'Smalley did his job. I give him credit. Hudson. Some of these guys did their job all right, but I do not think in the long run you can't keep the same 5 guys. Eventually, you got to have shifts and other guys come in and out. and so on. And also, I'm starting to miss that guy named Latavius Murray who's on the Vikings right now. He's playing for a Super Bowl. Kind of miss that guy. Yeah, the offense, said Downing was terrible, position to fail. That goes same for Derek Carr. Now, I'm not giving up on Derek Carr yet. I know I was very critical when he was drafted and even after year 2. But year 3, I saw what he can do. And then the Raiders were a victim of their own success. We all know what that's like when you look good and then suddenly you look bad later. You're a victim of your own success, and everyone's starting to turn on him. You know, don't do that yet. I'm not going to do that yet. The guy's going to be working hard under John Gruden. I believe that his work ethic's going to be fine. It's not going to be an issue. But he's got to be in a position to succeed. And I'm not into Greg Olson, the coordinator. We all know what he's done in the past. Not excited over that. But we all know that Gruden is going to bring a pulse to this team that everyone's been waiting for. And some of you guys as well are going to be pumped, and that's fine. I'm still just going to wait till I see results. Okay? It's kind of like with politicians. Some guys sound good on paper. They say all the right things, but actions speak more than words. I got to see results. Just like I want to see the economy do well when it comes to the president, whoever the president is. Yeah, so Derek Carr, I don't think his work ethic's going to be an issue. I think he's going to be working at it. He knows what he did wrong. And I'm going to put my trust in him. You look at other teams right now, look at how Dallas Cowboys fans have turned on Dak Prescott. Okay, I think he's getting a lot of heat, though I also thought he had some rookie wonders and so on. Sophomore slump. Yeah, mediocrity is not fun. The Raiders are not the laughingstock of the league, so that's the good news, but they are in mediocrity. And I think there's just a couple things they got to fix. They know it. Offense was not good. Defense quietly has got to get better. I mean, you could draft, once again, the best player on your board and stick with it. I think there's plenty of needs all over. And also, I don't know if Amari Cooper is going to last after the next year, guys. I wouldn't be scared to draft a wide receiver in the first round if there's a guy there. I just think Cooper is a guy I would let walk, not give him an extension. I just don't. There's some things he's looked really good on, and then there's times he doesn't have the endurance to go a full game, it feels like. And I'm not going to say he's a bust, but he's also not the guy that I was hoping that, at least people said he was the best receiver in the draft. I think there's better guys taken way later, though he is better than Kevin White, the guy that I wanted, so I'll eat some crow there. But yeah, a lot of things to be done. I thought Tavecchio did a pretty good job given the situation. He could very well be the kicker next year and for after that. He had a couple games so-so, but the Raiders had way more issues on offense. The offense was a mess, and they know they got to fix that. But once again, I got to see results before I start jumping on the Gruden train and saying he's going to turn this team around. He hasn't coached a game in 17 years with the Raiders. It's been that long. He has not coached a football game in 10 years. Yes, you can talk from the booth. You can say all these things. I mean, hey, it's good to know he knows about the league. He's been watching games for 10 years now. He's been watching games from Monday Night Football in whatever booth and analyst studio. It's good to know he's not behind in the league, but you also can't teach an old dog new tricks. The guy has not coached. It's a different animal versus talking versus actually doing the coaching. It's a completely different animal, and there's going to be some rust involved, but you hope that this team and the work ethic is good. Selfishly, I want to win a Super Bowl as Oakland Raiders. I know some of you don't care about that. You're a Raiders fan no matter what, but I know that the time's coming down. Time is winding down, and when Vegas and the hub happens, I said, the day they become Vegas Raiders and they play their first game in the new stadium, I will stop making videos on YouTube that are Raiders related. I'll be a fan like anyone else. I'll be on Twitter. You can follow me at CoasterFreak if you really want to bug me, but I am not going to be making videos about the Vegas Raiders when that time comes. I'll just be a fan casually. And here's the problem. Just the product as a whole with the league, I haven't cared. I think things get real. It's just kind of weird in my personal life. I've told you in the past, I lost my job about 3 days after Derek Carr got injured, and I started scrambling. I've been looking for new work, and I found it. Took me about 7 to 8 months to do it, but I found a better job, and I'm in a much better situation than I was. But things get real. Sports has become my afterthought. Or the sports I care about, it's not the NFL as much. I think I think the protests with the anthem have drawn protests from fans, and I haven't protested truly because I watch the Raiders, but I haven't tracked the league like I usually do. I haven't given them my money by buying merchandise. I haven't watched a full game that's not Raiders related. Uh, yeah, I care more about baseball and hockey. Those are my two sports. So, yeah, things get real. When you lose your job, you're focused on other things like being able to pay the bills and work. That's Football's an afterthought for me. That's what football has become. I want to win. I want the Raiders to win, but at the same time, stuff gets real. Personal life, tough times get real, and I fought through it. So, I want to see them do well and all that, but once again, guys, just look in perspective. The economy hopefully is thriving a lot better, and enjoy that. All right, that's what we really need to be thankful for. But for the Raiders football, yeah, I'm once again on the fence with Gruden. I still don't know what to think. I don't know what to think of him. He can be good, he can be greater, and all that. But I won't make a video until the draft time. I'm going to go into my hibernation, Raiders related, until the time comes. So thanks again for watching me this year. Can't believe it's been so many, 9 years I've been talking about the Raiders football on YouTube. Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 more years left in me. But yeah, thanks again for watching, you guys. You can follow me on Twitter. That's the best way to bug me if you really need to get your Raiders itch. I just got to look at perspective. He's got to win games and be a playoff team before I can just jump on. I need to see results. Let me know what y'all think about the team. Once again, if you're a non-Raiders fan watching this, I'm okay with you comment, but don't be making those, trolling comments. I don't want to. That's not what this video is for. So keep it healthy, keep it respectful, and we'll see you guys next time. And good luck to whoever's in the playoffs still, except the one team. I will break down the Super Bowl when the time comes. I'll see you guys later.